The city boy.
Madam, how you doing?
I dey follow you well well.
I know me so.
I dey follow you. Gather momentum now. I never know what I'm
I need that voice.
sorry. Can't you bless
Good morning, viewers. You're welcome to today's broadcast. It is Citizen once again. I'm Michael Adekunle. Thank you so much for staying glued to the channel. All right, to my reviewers at the stand, welcome you to the program. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Vincent. You're welcome. Thank you.
Michael Adekunle, I say very good morning to you. And a good morning, gentleman Mike and other fellow crew members. Still standing on whether there's an existing protocol to say good morning to our diasporans and good morning, Nigeria.
All right, thank you. Gentleman Mike, how are you doing, sir?
Very well, thank you. Good morning, Ratel
Morning.
and greetings to all our viewers across the world. We appreciate your consistent support on this platform. Good morning.
All right, thank you. To the comment section. This morning I have David Okafor, also known as Studio Okafor here. And I welcome you to the program, David Okafor. Good morning to you. I have Asen Water Liverpool. Thank you for joining us this beautiful Thursday morning. From the UK, is watching us right now. What am I talking about? Raf Olu. Good morning to you, Raf Olu. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us. We have Robert Uche. Yeah, he's watching from Germany. Robert Uche, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us this morning. I have Ezenwo. Ezenwo, good morning. Welcome to the program. Thank you. We have Okpata Guy. Okpata Guy is also saying good morning to everybody at the stand. Olumide Bolude is here with us this morning as well. I'm saying good morning to you. We have John Ajayi saying good morning to everybody at the stand. Welcome you to the program. Thank you so much. Joseph, I know. Joseph, good morning to you. You're welcome. We have GOA. GOA, thank you for joining us. Good morning, City Stand. That's what GOA has written there. Thank you for joining us, GOA. We appreciate your presence here this morning. Yeah, over 100 people watching. Please let us increase the like. Let us increase the like. The like button is there. You can hit the like button. Let the program get to where we want. David is also here this morning. Good morning. Ikumoyi is also here with us. So good morning to you. You're welcome. Good morning to you, Mr. Johnson. It's been a while.
Good morning to you guys up there. It's interesting to be on the show again after a very long while. So how you guys doing up there? So it's a pleasure once again to be on the program. I hope and pray it's going to be another exciting, another amazing program this morning.
Yeah, it's gonna be another amazing program. Adebayo Adelabu, former Power Minister.
Good morning, Mr. Mike Adekule. Good morning, City Stand. Our honorable viewers, good morning once again. I'm happy to be on this platform again. We will always see you and we will always be there for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Alfred Williams saying good morning to everybody. Welcome you. Alfred Williams, thanks for joining us. Thank you so much. All right, so Adegoke Ebenezer, thank you for joining us. Charles is also here. Good morning. The great one, Mookie Greats. We appreciate you. Sofa Abiadi is also here. Kate Perry, watching from India. Thank you, Kate Perry. We have Victor Odua. Thank you, Victor Moses. All right. We appreciate your presence here this morning. Pule City Boy, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm cool, man. What a wet day, likewise. Thank God for life and thank God to be with City Stand again. I've been looking at BBC to come one of these days to come and see the streets. Media that we are doing in this place. It's not journalism. Street journalism, definitely. Thank God for life and thank God to be here, likewise.
All right, thank God for life. Thank God to be here. All right. This morning have stories on insecurity. Yeah, insecurity in the country. All right, Kule Usha. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Moki Great. Thank you so much. We have stories on insecurity this morning. We'll be touching these stories. Atiku has called for the declaration of state of emergency in the country. Of course, we all know what is going on under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's watch. Yeah, people are being killed on daily basis. Nigerians are being kidnapped on daily basis. Our women are being raped on daily basis. It's disheartening, very, very disheartening, and the government needs to do something very, very fast. Some pupils were kidnapped in Kogi State yesterday. A vice principal was killed. We can't continue like this. We need to find solution to this raging crisis in the country. It has ravaged the nation. It has really ravaged the nation, and the government must stand up to do the needful at this point in time. Very dark man staged a protest yesterday. He led Tinubu must go protest in Abuja, and we'll be looking at this together. this morning. All right, social media activist Martins Vincent Ose, popularly known as Very Dark Man, has ignited fresh anti-government fervor in Nigeria's capital, that's FCT, the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, just hours after returning from a trip to China. VDM and his loyal Ratel supporters took to the streets of Abuja in a vibrant demonstration, chanting slogans demanding the ouster of the ruling All Progressives Congress and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. A video circulating widely on X, that's Twitter, captures the energetic scene. Crowds of mostly young Nigerians, many waving the green national flag, marched through the streets under the cover of night. It took place at night. The footage shows a dense, enthusiastic gathering with participants chanting in unison, APC must go, APC must go, APC must go. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must go. Do you think protests like this can influence government policies? Do you think protests like this can hinder President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027 presidential election or general election? I'm not here to do justice to this. Of course, you know, my reviewers are here to dissect this topical issue with me this morning. The rise of gentleman Mike, James John, Vincent, Suma, Femi, Ule, Johnson, Olajide, the global analyst. Even Matthew is also here. Matthew is also here. They're also here. They'll be dissecting this important issue with me this morning. We'll be talking about insecurity, you know, and it's high time Nigerians begin to ask questions from the government. Nigerians are dying on a daily basis. Matthew. That Very Dark Man led a protest yesterday in Abuja as regards insecurity in the nation. Can this influence government policy?
To be quite honest with you, as a people, as citizens, we are worried. This is not just politics. This borders on the safety of Nigerians, their properties, and the Nigerians as citizens. If you look at the very core purpose of governance, Section 14, subsection 2B of Nigerian Constitution as amended is very clear that the work of the people and their security shall be the primary purpose of governance. What I'm saying here has nothing to do with politics. If Tinubu can be bold enough, courageous enough to name and shame and prosecute those who are sponsoring terrorism, we will support him. It is irrespective of where you come from, the religion you practice. Because this borders on the safety of Nigerians. Because you say until 2027 before we get solution, many Nigerians will have died. Whether we like it or not, Tinubu is the current president and the commander of the armed forces. So whatever we can do as a people to arrest this situation is a welcome development. And at times, I see that we are not even ready as a people. I watched with disappointment for what happened at the level of Senate the other day, where even Senator Oshomole, whom I salute his courage, were reminding the Senate about one of their resolutions that borders on asking the military high command to release the investigation of who gave an order that saw military personnel guarding the cabin school withdrawn 30 minutes before the attack and abduction of school children. Surprisingly, Akpabio-led Senate turned down the request. So I begin to wonder, as a people, looking at our leaders, are we ready to solve this problem? It's on that basis I'm saying that even if you have somebody, even if you say maybe any former president, maybe a Jonathan, an Obasanjo, maybe Obi, even what you call Atiku, anybody you have credible evidence that this person is sponsoring terrorism, show Nigeria the evidence, arrest that person, the country, the citizen will support the government. Because I saw what came from, of course, the governor of Edo State the other day, where he was blaming opposition for sponsoring terrorism to fight against this government. And my simple response is, anybody you have evidence that is sponsoring terrorism, arrest him, prosecute him. Let us see whether Nigerians will not support the person. Because even as we celebrated the collaboration between Nigeria and American government, we are not satisfied because that collaboration has not given us the necessary result we need. We celebrated the taking out of ISIS leader, second in command in Niger Basin. But what about the terrorists in Oyo State, in Ondo State, in Kwara State, in Zamfara State, in Katsina State? Why is it that this collaboration cannot direct some of the effort to these areas where you now see that the activities of the terrorism is gaining ground? This issue of kidnapping, mass abduction, it was not in Nigeria in any way. We used to hear things like this in Afghanistan, in Syria. At some point, we started hearing in Nigeria. Currently, it's happening in the southwest. And I keep telling people, you may say it's not happening in your state, you stand aloof. It's a matter of time. If it's not addressed, it will go around. If in 2009, when the whole issue of terrorism started, it started from Yobe State, Borno State, it was largely reserved to Sambisa Forest. If somebody were to tell someone that in sometime 2026, that Kwara State become an epicenter of terrorism, I would say that nobody believe it. But today it's happening in our very eyes. And I keep saying it, Nigerian government or any government world over have no business negotiating with terrorists, except when you have citizens in captivity and go for their rescue, we endanger their life. Like this issue of Oyo school children, some school teachers. It's not everything we speak on camera, but I want to say that the government should know better. We are era of technology. When they say they need healer vans, I think there are one or two things the government can do to use it to get at them. So it is not everything we should speak on camera, but the government should know better, and the government should prioritize the safety of those Nigerians in captivity. Because the only thing they committed is being Nigerians and the government not being able to protect them. It becomes on the government to protect lives and properties of Nigerians. And for crying out loud, the terrorists have no business occupying any territory. But whether we like it or not, if we will say the truth, the non-state actors in front of terrorists are sharing territories with Nigerian government. And this is unacceptable. How can we expect a situation where you adopt people in Oyo State? You keep them in captivity in somewhere in the forest. We think the same Nigerian sovereignty. Does that not question that Nigerian sovereignty? How sovereign are we as a sovereign nation? And yet you have a governor in the state who go by the name of the governor and the chief executive officer of the state. You have a president who go by the name of the president and the commander of the armed forces. And you have your citizens being somewhere to the extent that they can even disallow a teacher and post the video in such a manner. For me, I think the government must wake up to its responsibility. This is not a question of whether you are disrespecting anybody. It belongs on the president to protect the lives and properties of Nigerians. It belongs on the governors to protect the properties and the life of Nigerians within their respective states. I understand the government will always say that they do not have, of course, security power. I agree to that to an extent. Because we understand that the commissioner of police in a state, for instance, is not answerable to the governor. The director of DSS is not answerable to the governor. The same thing is applicable to all the security heads.
Why
are
they chief security of the state?
That is where I'm going. We note what came for Sheyi Makinde recently. That he goes about with the burden of the governor and the chief security officer of the state. Yet he do not command the security architecture. That is the truth. That is truth. But let me say that he's not the first person that have said it. We had in the past where Jonah Jack as a governor of Plateau State said that he do not command a fly, even as a governor of Plateau State. Now, where their own blame comes from is this. These are the same people who are almighty governors who, within their governors forum, can tell the president what to do and the president will do it. So why have they not used that influence to compel or rather to influence the president and National Assembly to amend the constitution to make the state police to happen? But the way it stands, everybody have agreed that state police is the way to go. Because it has been established that all crime is local. If all crime is local, the intelligence to deal with it rests with the local. And let me tell you that at some point, even before we get to this stage, that is why I salute the courage of the current Director General of DSS, Ajayi. He made it emphatically clear that at some point, we need to empower the communities to be the front lines of defense in case of invasion. He started Shirele local government area and in Niger State and one other local government in Bauchi, where they successfully repelled invaders in the past, and as such, they have not witnessed any invasion of such since then. So what are we now waiting for? And let me tell you that there's politics at play. When the government needed to amend the electoral acts,
it was with the speed of light. When they amended it, it was with the speed of light that Mr. President assented to it. Before you hear the story of amendment, you saw the President assented to it. But now Mr. President came out to tell the whole world, talking about Senator Tinubu, that he had promised his international partners that we are going to go about state police. More than 3-4 months after he made that admonition to National Assembly to kickstart the process, they have not done anything in that regard. It is only recently, when the issue of kidnapping has taken another dimension, that the senior leadership is now coming to say that in the next 1 week they will be passing it. But let me remind the president and governors that it will make no sense having state police if they will not be armed. If you have state police, let us make sure that they bear arms over and above what the bandits, terrorists are bearing. Because we see videos that go around in the internet. You can see them bearing AK-47, circulating weapons, attached chain bullets. They can shoot continuously for 20 minutes. So if you are having state police, we must make sure that they are equipped over and above what the bandits, the terrorists are having. Because let me tell you that, you see, at times, that is why we say the government should have some level of courage. The people who sponsor terrorism, what is hindering government from arresting and prosecuting them? And sometimes in the life of this country, Balaje came out to say that they brought the Fulani military to remove a Jonathan from office. It's all over the media. Why is it that the government cannot ask some questions? Is it that there are some people who are above the law? Because we cannot control like this as a nation. Life of citizens is paramount. And human beings, we don't want to take to create life. So we must make sure we do everything within the ambits of the law to protect the lives and properties of Nigerians. More so as the constitution has given the president, the governor, the local government chairman a responsibility to protect lives and properties of Nigerians within their respective jurisdictions. So to be quite honest with you, Mr. President must live up to his responsibility to protect the lives of the life of Nigerians.
All right, at this point in time, do you think we need to declare state of emergency on security?
It is even beyond.
We just called for it.
It's not just about saying you declare state of emergency. Let all the parameters that is needed to solve the problem be on ground.
So
currently,
declaring state of emergency can't be the solution. Is that
what if you declare state of emergency and you don't have enough intelligence gathering, you don't have enough technology to deal with it, it's as good as rhetoric. For instance, American boots were made on the side are already on ground. America deployed their surveillance drones here. America voted about $30 million to help Nigeria and Africa fight terrorism. But to what extent have that yielded results? So we must do it to the point where citizens start seeing results. We are not interested in knowing who is the chief of army staff, who is the chief of naval staff. We want to start seeing results. See bandits arrested, put on trial. The tide should turn against terrorists. That is what will gladden the hearts of citizens. So it's not just about rhetoric. Say you create state police, you declare state of emergency. Let us start seeing results. Until we see results, we cannot stop. We continue demanding. That is why you see VDM today. He has black followership because in leadership, in youth leadership, there's a vacuum currently, and that vacuum is what VDM has come to occupy. You saw when he came back from China yesterday or so. You saw the mama crowd waiting for him at the airport. Because even with the threat that he may be arrested, he didn't get arrested. Because what he's saying is what borders on the what is troubling every Nigerian. Talking about insecurity. And whether we like it or not, it doesn't matter whether the government likes it or not. The government must solve the problem of insecurity because it is their responsibility. You may argue that Tinubu didn't start it. I agree with you, but he's in the saddle. Currently, it belongs on him to address it. That's why I tell you that whether Jonathan and Obasanjo and Atiku Obi or any other Nigerian, no matter how highly placed, if you have credible evidence that this person is sponsoring terrorism, arrest him, show Nigerians the evidence, will support the government on this.
In the video that circulated online yesterday and is still trending, I saw people, chanting Tinubu must go, while some were saying insecurity must stop in the country. Where do you think the youth should channel their energy to? Remember what happened during NSAS? It was a protest against police brutality, but some people used that opportunity to speak against the then administration of the late Muhammadu Buhari, saying Buhari must go. This time around, people have been chanting Tinubu must go, Tinubu must go. Don't you think that that's another that would be another problem for the Nigerian youth?
You know, one thing is to bring people together. It's another thing to determine what will happen.
VDM himself didn't chant.
That's where I'm going.
People were chanting.
That's where I'm going. Once you bring people together, you cannot determine what will come out of people's mouths. But let me say that whatever you heard is born out of frustration.
Frustration.
Yes. You agree with me that Nigerians have been battling insecurity? Nobody is even talking about economic hardship. What bothers Nigerians now is solve the problem of insecurity. I have to tell you that if Tinubu solve the problem of insecurity, a good number of electors, Nigerians, will even change their mind and vote for him. If you have what it takes to solve this insecurity, because between now and January, you still have up to 6 months. So if you can change and solve the problem of insecurity, a good number of Nigerians will change their mind and vote for him. So when you see some people chanting Tinubu must go, some people chanting bandit must go, terrorists must go, it is born out of frustration.
And what would be the implication of that?
The implication is that Tinubu is becoming more unpopular, and that he still have the chance to change the tide by solving the problem. But whether we like it or not, Tinubu today is his president and the commander of the armed forces. So he takes the blame of failure of his governance.
He's not commanding the forces.
He is commanding, but we are not seeing a result that will make Nigerians feel relaxed.
What kind of result do you expect?
The result I want to see is Toji Bello is a known terrorist leader, still working freely. He should be arrested and let Nigerians see him put on trial. Adeleru is a known terrorist leader who is not in custody yet and is still within Nigerian sovereignty. Let the government arrest him, put him on trial. The children that were kidnapped in Oyo State, let the government rescue them, arrest the kidnappers, put them on trial. These are the type of things we start seeing, and we now have confidence in the ability of the government to protect the lives and properties of Nigerians. When we start seeing this, I want to tell you that Nigerians will continue to start speaking out.
Who are the ones sponsoring these terrorists?
To be quite honest with you, it is part of the responsibility of the government to crack those who are sponsoring them, because the government has all it takes to do this. CBN knows where and how money is being moved. Financial intelligence units is an arm of federal government that monitor how fund is being moved. At some point, we have a minister in Nigeria, I think it's under this administration, who said Nigerians should not think that it's as easy as they think to prosecute terrorists, so the terrorists were shares. But let me remember that at some point in the history of this country, United Arab Emirates shares a level of intelligence with Nigeria under Muhammadu Buhari about those who are sponsoring terrorism. What is happening to the list? If the list is already gathering dust in the shape of federal government, let this government dust it, tell us their names, and prosecute them.
All right, to the comment section this morning, Udezi Kima is watching us from Italy and says the insects eating the vegetable is behind the vegetable itself. It simply means kokoro to therefore lower. All right, David Okafor, also known as Studio Okafor, is saying that Matthew is wrong by saying that Tinubu will solve the problem of insecurity, but Tinubu is a fragile, incompetent president. That is his opinion. His opinion. All right, the Chima goes on, but VDM himself wore a T-shirt with Tinubu must go inscription. All right, Kanju says he cannot fight insecurity. He hired them to snatch presidency. Is that true?
I don't know what the president meant by hired to start presidency, but I understand that media have been conversing that Nigerians should go and get their PVC.
What I think is referring to Tinubu, he's talking to Tinubu, that he cannot solve insecurity, but he hired them. So
okay. I don't have evidence of that, but what I can tell you, I have cited Kalbaraje, who said they brought the Fulani militaries to remove Jonathan from office. I think that one is what we can verify. So whatever I don't have evidence to, I don't see it. So I don't have evidence.
All right, Williams Okama says you cannot stop something you have been endorsing secretly. Okay, you have been endorsing secretly, because if something, I don't really understand this. All right, Williams Okama says Nigeria is internally indoor among the political elite. Okay, let's move that to another person here. Chico Blog says, Mike, thank you for starting today's podcast with VDM. and Atiku on insecurity. All right, thank you so much. Also, Moses says Tinubu is the last president of one Nigeria 2026-2027. VDM is dead man walking.
I don't know what you mean by that, but I understand that even with all the speculation that if VDM arrived in Nigeria, he'll be arrested. Up to this moment, he has not been arrested. But let me quickly say that as Nigerians, we have rights of expression, freedom of expression, freedom of association, and there is a vacuum within the youth movement. That vacuum is what the VDM are going to occupy, because nobody seems to be bold enough, courageous enough to speak up. I would not even see in the hollow chamber of the Senate that even Senator Oshomole, they could not even allow his good position to strive. So that is, we are in a very terrible society.
All right, Muki Grace says Atiku is behind the insecurity in Nigeria. Period.
If Tinubu have evidence, arrest will support it. As the way he said, period, I support it. If Tinubu have evidence, arrest him, will support it.
Can Tinubu arrest Atiku?
If you have evidence, you should arrest him.
Is it possible to arrest Atiku? Nobody is what?
Yes, nobody is above the law. I think people are not made for law. Laws are made to conduct the affairs of people. A situation whereby some persons will come up and say they know the persons behind the insecurity in the land. I think it behoves on the government to do the needful by prosecuting those people that have been mentioned. I want to believe that we have courts, we have our judicial system. No matter how hollow some part of of our constitution is, I think the constitution is still there to also play its role. I want to believe that whosoever has evidence, because Nigeria is for all. It's not meant for a selected few. And if you believe that you know where the problem lies, why not come forward? You are also helping the states. I think apart from coming here to give knock on the present government, I have also raised a salient point here. I mentioned Osato Semungi, and you know what drone is to security architecture, and I mentioned that their person is from this extraction, and why has an olive branch not been extended to him to come and help farm up our security in Nigeria here? And if somebody like that, potentially driven, and he is doing wonderfully well in America, why can't such a person also be invited to come? If there should be a kind of a security summit. We've had a lot of security summit, pocket security in Nigeria. These are Nigerians that are doing wonderfully well over there. They should be invited home to come and help us, because I believe that in as much as I'm in Nigeria, I'm not happy with the state of things now, because where our land, our land ready, that's a Yoruba adage. Now it is not confronting us in the face now. I want to believe that if the government is serious, the government should deploy the necessary, the political will to confront this hydra-headed monster called insecurity. For how long are we going to continue to try these routes? Names are being mentioned. You will recall the other day, Sheikh Gumi went to Saudi Arabia. He was returned back to Nigeria. What has the state done? Because if UAE, Saudi Arabia, has shared some form of intelligence report, body of security, why can't the government, be apt on it and do the needful?
Now, do you agree with Atiku's call for a state of emergency in the country?
You see, it is. I think. It is a long, overdue, because I would have expected that security, national emergency on security to have been declared. But they say it's better to be late than never. But I want to believe that even if you are going to deploy that, declare security emergency, then you should also bring those probes that is going to accentuate whatever the intended motive behind that security summit, so that we can have the needed, the desired results. That's how it is being played in every Senate class.
All right, Mr. John, you're welcome to the program. How are you doing, sir? Great, sir. All right, has insecurity become a bigger problem in Nigeria than before?
Of course.
Why is it not worse under President Bola?
Nigeria have never seen it this way. Even though we have always experienced, insecurity, particularly when Boko Haram came on board in 2009. You understand? But the way and manner this government is handling it is where we have an issue. we have a government that seems to be, doing very little in terms of addressing the issue. And the problem is already growing, beyond what it was before now. There was a time this one was contained to just northeast and part of north central, but you can see that it's already consuming the entire country. You understand? We have even gotten to a point where Nigerians are not even talking about the hardship, because Nigerians are faced with an unbearable hardship. The kind of hardship Nigerians are exposed to, if it were in other clans, they would have occupied the street. Now Nigerians are even just saying security. We want to be alive. You understand? Look at the protest of NUT. It borders on security. Can you free the abductors? Can we begin to have a society that is secured? You understand? Because no society can thrive economically without, a good security in place. So now we are exposed to a level of insecurity that, some businesses are already, going out of existence as a result of this level of insecurity. I just pray that now that we are in the rainy season, the government will do a whole lot, because so that during harvesting period, you understand, we can now have more fruit in the country, or else we will also be exposed. The future is vague. If nothing is done to address that level of insecurity, Nigeria does not even have a future. So what we are saying that the government should begin to look at how they can address it. People like Very Dark Man are gaining popularity because of the irresponsibility of government. Imagine there is a government that has prioritized the life of Nigeria. You understand? That have, evolved. Look at security. We are maintaining the, colonialist security architecture in a time where every country have evolved, and then we are still in that stage. That is the problem. Before Nigeria even began to experience terrorism, there are countries like Afghanistan, Iraq and the rest. We've never seen this number of abduction of students, 200, 300. You understand? Even in those countries, you understand? But in this country, they will go and abduct 200, 300 students. A country that have a Nigerian Air Force with fighter jets, you understand? So what are the fighter jets meant for? Where is the intelligence? When they wanted Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria from Kenya, we saw what they did. They deploy personnel, they deploy intelligence, they deploy logistics and brought Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria. You understand? Now we have a terrorist in our country. Why are we not really deploying that level of intelligence to fish out, like Mr. Matthew said? He mentioned some key, kingpin terrorists. They are in Nigeria. They are not operating outside Nigeria. And funny enough, we had the governor of Zamfara once said that we know them. He said we know the terrorists, we know their parents, and these are information that is coming from a governor. You understand? Gumi said we know that the government knows the terrorists and they know them by name and their location. So which means the government has every information at their disposal. The only thing we are seeing is their inability to act. Because you cannot be having this information and tell me you don't know what to do. You understand? This is government. Government is the most intelligent institution in the world, everywhere. So if government want to deploy intelligence to address issues, it's possible. We have seen it happen in other clans. Tinubu can, change the narrative. Just like Mr. Matthew said, he's gaining, he's becoming unpopular by the day. But he can change the narrative by, beginning to act on this insecurity issue. It is very possible. Nigerian securities are not really as bad as we think. The military are not as bad. Look at their record now. Have they not been to Sierra Leone? Have they not been to Liberia? Recently they went to Benin Republic and we saw what they did when there was an attempted coup. You understand? So can we see a government that can reduce on politicking and begin to look at the lives of Nigerians, because that is what is truly important. Who are the people that will go and vote for you on the day of election? You understand? The poverty in Nigeria, aside from the policies of government, is also caused by this irresponsibility. Some people cannot go out and do business again because they are living in a prone environment, where they are only thinking of how to be alive, not even to do business. So government should look at these things and begin to address them.
Mr. Vincent, we've had several protests in the past. Still, these people were still kidnapping, even till now. Yesterday, we had what happened in Kogi State. The vice principal was killed. pupils were adopted, even residents.
You see,
They're also involved. Are you getting me now? Now, this latest protest led by a very dark man, how far do you think this will go?
you see, before now, we have had many protests in this country. At the initial stage, it will look as if that the momentum is going to be driven upswing. But during the middle, everything will just filter out. Nigerians, are we really ready for the needed change? Because look at just Egypt many years back. Just the price of loaf was increased. All of them occupied the Tahrir Square. And that was what led to the ouster of Hosni Mubarak. And when you put that into account, Nigerians maybe we like to suffer. Suffering has become our abiding motive. Because when you look at what is happening now in Nigeria, because everybody can see that things are not really in its proper state. VDM coming to fill the void of the voiceless is just a pointer out of the whole gamut. But when you take that into cognizance, I want to believe that is our government listening to the cries of the masses. Because one thing is to say you deploy soldiers. You can see the swiftness of the Nigerian government in foiling a coup in a neighboring country. That was Benin Republic sometimes ago. If you could have all the wherewithal to do that, to foil a coup, you cannot do that in your own territory. Then on what use our sovereignty? Then our sovereignty should be questioned. Because I want to believe that a government that is what is sought will deploy everything in its arsenal to see that it confronts this hydra-headed monster and nip in the bud once and for all. A situation whereby Nigerian state is now coming to terms to discuss with these extremists, these terrorists, on how to share the booty, Nigerian money. Is our collective patrimony we are talking about here. If Nigerian state has been so weakened to the extent that they cannot affirm their control over its territory, then why are we here? As part of, as a stakeholder in the Nigerian project, I've also, given one of a pointer to how they can go about it. We know we live in the 21st century. All what they have been doing is, at best, colonial setup. We cannot be pedestrian in our approach to a core issue that is confronting us. That is why we have always find it so hard to wriggle out of this quagmire that we now find ourselves.
All right, David Okafor says, I am to the Okafor, saying that Tinubu is working very hard, according to Kule, who does not see anything bad in the regime of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Okay, Kule is there. All right, we'll move to Petonu, you are here defending Tinubu, Eru Fulani, Eru Britiko. Okay, I don't know who is referring to there. All right, if you live in Nigeria, you are smoked or smoked. I don't know what he's trying to say here. All right, Adekunle says VDM is just looking for a cheap political publicity. He has no deep knowledge of Nigerian politics, and it will consume him if he is not careful. Is he being sponsored by Atiku or Obingos? Yes. That was a question for everybody.
The thing is simple. Now, is the things hearing from VDM, I do not know whether it's sponsored by anybody, but are the things he is saying, are they true? Are these realities that live with us? That is it. And are these issues government can address? The answer is yes. Why are we not seeing government addressing the issue? They can make people like very dark man unpopular when it comes to issue of governance. You understand? If they begin to do the needful. So what we are saying, the irresponsibility of government is the reason why somebody can go wake up from social media and then have 100 million followership, because the person is exposing the reality that lives with us. You understand? So what we are saying, we want to see a government, instead of deploying security to go after these people, can you channel this energy to address the core issue? If you address the core issue, there wouldn't have been a very dark man somewhere saying government cannot secure
At some point, a very dark man was fighting and attacking individuals.
Yes, and then now
people were criticizing.
Yes, people were even saying he's even pro-government.
Yeah, they were condemning him. Now that he has channeled his energy to the APC government.
The reverse is the case now. So the government should be.
How did you say the reverse is the case?
No. The reverse is the case because there was at a point the government even said they will arrest him. You know, after that audio, of the president, they said they will arrest him. You understand? And then this guy is in the country.
Is it not obvious that things are not right in the country? Is it not obvious?
You see,
because I can't continue to stay objective.
For a blind man, you will know that everything is working at. Everything is working in disadvantage, in the negative. But when you look at what is happening in Nigeria, I forget about the person that is saying it. It's about the message. The message is crystal clear for everybody to see that Nigeria is not working. Nigerian project is not working. That is why you can see many people talking. At times, I still remember our late SAM, senior advocate of the masses, the late Chief Dalifawa Emi. He has always been at the forefront of fighting for the common good. Then, all those people that converge in Ojota, where are they today? Where are the two Bakaris? I can continue to mention people. Festo Kayama is part of this present regime. Why are they not talking? I believe that apart from politicking, we should be realistic enough. It's a Nigerian project. I want to believe that government go. One day APC will leave the stage. Because yesterday PDP was in power. Today APC is their own turn. Another day another party will come on stage. All what we want that let there be a continuum in critical areas of the country and the economy.
All right, so in the comment section, Victor Prince Taiwo Odulade is watching us from UK, and it says, Mr. John or James John, what are you called? So you are here to see the efforts of the government. Abi, I'm asking you this man, you are not even funny at all.
Anyway, what is the core mandate of every government? It is the protection of lives and property. You understand? And what we are saying, I'm a citizen of Nigeria. You understand? And what we are saying is that can the government begin to take the issue of security very seriously? Because with what we are seeing now, particularly with some of the policies that Tinubu sustained from Buhari, Operation Safe Corridor, that is one of the things that is working against whatever effort they are putting in place. How can you say repentant terrorists and you say they are repentant, after radicalized and reintegrated into society? Do you know what you are doing? These are people who have been indoctrinated already. You understand? It takes, I don't know the level of intelligence to remove that level of indoctrination that is in these people. And then you are now coming out to tell us that these people are now safe to live with us. You understand? These people can be the ones responsible, in hampering on the, ensuring that the security does not really get the kind of result they should get. We want them to jettison that policy. That Operation Safe Corridor is one of the things that has left us where we are. You understand? Every terrorist that is arrested should be made to face the law. You understand? You can't free somebody who is killing people now. Just say it's free, go to the society and penalize. Let's be penalized.
Therefore, Chris says the main reason why Tinubu is performing abysmally is because he lacked legitimacy right from day one, and since then he has been struggling to stand on his feet.
Exactly. You see, I want to concur with that speaker because I would say I concur with him 100%. Because if you are riding on a legitimate crest, I think you should be able. The expected result is for you to be proactive. And I believe that instead of being reactionary, the government has not. Instead of being reactionary, the government will have put on the cap of being proactive. I want to believe that that proactiveness can only be tied to legitimacy. And that's why I said I concur with the speaker, the person that raised that question. And also, it's not about saying that maybe I don't like the Tinubu face. For crying out loud, is the president and commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And Nigeria belongs to all of us. It's not for APC apologists or adherents. It's for Nigeria as a nation. And I want to believe that anything that needed to be done now should be done very sweet and be fast. If Operation Adinkai was used in Bonu to release 360 captives, then why can't that same synergy approach be deployed to other areas where we have these security lapses?
All right, thank you so much, James John, Mr. Vincent. But before I move further, I need to appreciate one of our esteemed viewers in California, Mrs. Tina. She has blessed people at the stand this morning. Please let us appreciate her. She's a great woman, very, very supportive. Appreciate Mrs. Tina, please.
You see, when they say there's an open heaven, I think it's not everybody that is, allowed to go through. And I want to believe that without being mistaken, I think the persona of Mrs. Tina deserve to go through without any kind of hindrance. I want to say a very big thank you. I don't want to say much more than that. I want to say a very big thank you to her.
Thank you so
and God
much.
bless you.
All right.
I want to say she is actually a phenomenon. She's one person that I do not know, she, some people have this inbuilt, generosity. She is born with it. This is somebody we do not know, but she has made it a point of duty to reach out to us. And this thing has cut across, from here to our families. I want to thank you, ma, and I will say you will forever remain in our prayers. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Mrs. Tina. 50,000 each to everyone at the stand. Please appreciate Mrs. Tina this morning.
Yes, Mr. Mike. I don't know where to start again because she has been a woman of importance to us on this platform. What does the prayer already say to this woman? As you have been consistently blessing us, I pray consistency of blessing of God Almighty, like I've been saying, will continue to bless your life. Mrs. Tina, very, very, thank you very much, man. And I really appreciate you. And other people too, Mr. Mike.
Yeah,
but there are many of them. You can help me out in their list. I don't want to waste the time. Yes. Right. Thank you very much, all of you, sir. Thank you very much. I made myself, Mr. Ucholade, good morning.
Gentle.
The liberal soul shall be made fat, in the water it shall be watered. May God continue to bless you, ma, for this consistent support on this platform. Thank you so much. God bless you, madam.
Okay, what is affecting Tinubu's fight against insurgency, his fight against terrorism in the country? Is it political interference or what? What is really affecting this?
This question I have asked several times and I provided the answer several times. And I will repeat the same answer I've been providing.
You want to say political will, right?
Determination. He doesn't have political will to do it.
Are you sure
he has capacity to do it.
He has no
capacity to do it. He has not capacity, determination, and political will. He has capacity to do it. And when the capacity, he has the resources at his command. He's commander-in-chief. Every time, if he says chief of army staff goes to a certain place without questioning, he will go there. So the issue of capacity, he has it. But the political will and determination, he doesn't have it. Determination in the sense that, you have known the area who are the terrorists. You know the particular section of the country who are the terrorists. And the problem is, if I do it now, if I go after them, what will happen to my own ambition, my own interest? Is that what the question? Yes! Will I get the votes from them again? Will it affect my political chances of winning election from the side or losing? Mr. Mike has been saying repeatedly.
Southern vote not enough for
Oh, Mr. Mike, it's not enough. You cannot win if you win the whole Southern vote without winning.
We have Southwest, we have Southwest, we have Middle Belt.
That's only 17.
And it's not enough for him.
They are just 17 or 80 states or so. He needs 25 states to win presidency. That means he must win part of the north. Whether northeast, northwest, north central, he must win part of it. So the issue now is that, and you know a particular section of the country where this is causing, where they are national, where the individuals are the one responsible for the insecurity. It's not equal as a killer around the country, like Mr. Mike. We must tell the president to know the truth. We be saying it. It's not about as a killer around. It's not every BBO It's not it's not thief, it's not in Ghana. It is Fulani people that have been killing all around the country. You know that. You know these are the particular tribe I've been responsible for it. And they won't stop people from calling their leaders. Sometimes people is the head of Fulani in Nigeria. Call them with their elders. As a notable prominent people of Fulani ethnic origin in Nigeria, call them to the national. Discussing report says your tribe men are the main culprits of this insecurity. What can you do as leader of the tribe to help us, assist us in talking to your people? We can start from that. Call the leadership and tell them that the fear is that if I now tag them or I put them on spot and identify them as the people causing, hey, what will you cost me in terms of winning votes from their side? That's so political constitution is one of the first things prioritizing. That's the truth. And then the determination to now do this at all. These are the two things that so it's not the issue of lack of capacity. Capacity is there. The resources to do is there. There are those two things that's happening. And I gave the example of the former president Obasanjo when he was in power. A Yoruba man with IG, a Yoruba man, Tababalogun. And there was a problem with in Southwest that all BC was causing problem in Southwest. That because kind of this all people were not claiming one hand, they were just enough maybe clashes or so. What is Obasanjo do? He went all out against opposition. He has a Ghanaian than a Yoruba man. IG police or for IG police, he gave instruction. Shoot at every policeman aside. That's a proactive decision. He had determination and he recovered to do it against some people, Yoruba people. So if Obasanjo can do that, what is not stopping Tinubu in tackling this cause from a particular tribe that you know that they won't cause insecurity in Nigeria, address it because of political will and determination to do it. So that was happening. It's not like a capacity. Like I said, the capacity and the other. So that was it. So he prioritizes political gain over determination and political will to confront the people that are involved in it. Is that true, gentleman Mike?
Well, I think Mr. President should start considering resignation. I'm of the view that the President should resign without any further delay. Whether he's what is happening to us now as a nation is politically motivated or outright criminality, your job as the CNC, Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces, is to fix it. It is not that he's doing Nigerians any favor, and I think we must make that clear. Mr. President has a job to do. He has a job description as enshrined in our constitution, that the security and the well-being of the people shall, and that's the word that was used, that is a must, it's not optional, shall be the primary responsibility of government. In other words, outside of this, there is no government. Please, if you fail in this regard, you have no business in office. That is what it means. In case his legal team has not told him that.
But why didn't Buhari resign when he became worse under him?
That is the point that people, most of our leaders don't understand the whole concept of leadership. It is not something that you have to kill yourself over. Haven't deployed your strategy, haven't worked with a team of ministers and the security chiefs, and you see that you are not getting results. You should be considering leaving the office. You cannot be giving excuses to Nigerians and give them excuses why they should be killed, because that's what Mr. President is doing now. Don't give us reasons why Nigerians should continue to die under your watch in the name of whatever. I mean, you are talking about the fact that you are considering political gains more than the lives of the people. That is not making sense to me. You have a job to do. Your job description is clear, and part of it is that the people that you are pretending over must be safe. So when you are still dealing with the issue of security, when are we going to get to the issue of economy? Because economy cannot thrive when there is insecurity. It is simple. So Nigerians have forgotten anything about the economy now. despite the fact that they are groaning under the weight of the pain that some of the policies of the current administration have brought to Nigerians. They have to suspend that because you need to be alive first to be thinking of the economic aspect of your life. So if the Mr. President has exhausted all his strategies, because it is beginning to look like that now. It seems he has tried. It seems he has met with the service chiefs time and again, and the strategy seems to be working. He should be considering resigning completely and leave the office for whoever that is interested that can get the job done.
And without head insecurity in Nigeria?
Sorry?
His exit. Will it end insecurity in Nigeria?
That is left to be seen.
If you were the president, what concrete step would you take in addressing insecurity?
Thank you very much. As Mr. Matthew said when he was on set, the response of government to this insecurity issue doesn't show that they are serious in addressing it. There are known terrorists in our country. There are sympathizers of terrorism in our nation. None of them have been arrested as we speak, and I mean the known ones. No prosecution is going on, and we have a Terrorism Prevention Act, so there are laws that can deal with it. Yet they are not taking steps in that direction. At some point they told us that they only want to name and shame. That is the most useless statement I have heard from a government. Is it about naming and shaming? If you have concrete evidence against someone to have been part of terrorism in your nation, are we not supposed to be talking about outright prosecution when you arrest such individual? They are discussing name and shame. You just want to publish their name in the papers, and that will be all. And that is why you have seen terrorism move from what we used to know in the core north, and they have been able to fester. They have several camps in our countries. People are living in internally displaced camps in their own nation. And the president is still thinking that he's in charge. He's no longer in charge. So his step doesn't show that he's serious in tackling this issue. And that's why I said you should be considering leaving. You must arrest those who have been named. You must take steps to show that you really want to address this matter. You must prioritize the lives of Nigerians and not your political gains.
Should the president consider leaving his seat?
It's one of the options.
One of the
options. Because
you are very specific.
See, I can't force him to resign. Will I pick his hand and ask the minister for him? It's his own decision to resign. Or not, if he chooses to resign, good.
But as a Nigerian,
yes, he has failed in the area of security.
He has failed.
Because
should you resign because of
yes, he has a choice of resigning or not. Because what I'm saying is, I cannot force him to resign. I cannot be boasting of what
as a Nigerian. What advice did he give to him?
Yes, there's an option of resignation. One, or reject your strategy. Either you resign, or
because he has rejected it several times.
Mr. Mike, he hasn't done anything constructive. I'm saying it now. What Mr. Mike said.
Well, at some point, he changed the service key.
Mr. Mike, changing of service is not the solution to it now. You know, people who are responsible for it now. Also, going out to address it. The people that I told you about something to organization that was told that was behind it now. They arrested their leader. Look, of course, I know these people are insurgents now. They are non-conventional, fighters. They are guerrilla fighters who move all around. But their leaders can be a kind of help. But you need to let leadership of that tribe know that hello, Fulani, you are the one causing the problem in Nigeria. This is acquire their leadership. First of all, Sultan and their prominent people. Let it start from there. Now their leaders begin to tell their fellow people that hello, we are the one bringing problem to Nigeria. He has to start from that. He doesn't do that because of political gain. So if he has not done that,
because of his own political gain, people are dying every day. People are being kidnapped every day.
That is it.
They are raping our women every day.
Mr. Man, because he has not
paying ransom.
Because he has not taken that step, that bold step of daring them.
What bold step are you talking about?
Their
collaboration with the U.S. forces.
Mr. Mike, U.S. forces that are here, they're not involved in combatant operation. No.
What are they doing here?
They are just giving us intelligence and training.
What kind of intelligence are they giving?
They are helping our military. They are not involved in any combatant operation. Mr. Mike, get it clear. Did you see them in the start of operation? They are not. They are not involved in any combatant operation. They are only there to give us ammunition, training, intelligence, help us. They are not involved in the real physical.
I don't think this matter has gone beyond what you are saying now. Just training us, just giving us intelligence.
Look, it depends on what the
one in the comment section says, Mike, issue of insecurity in Nigeria now is getting worse every day. Those guys have overrun the country. They have camps all over the states. We are in trouble. Nobody is safe again.
Mr. Mike, we are still safe in the sense that's see, I've been saying something severally. I said since the government that has the institution that has the power to protect us with the state institution, the state authority has failed. What now happens to we the remaining citizen? After a year, I just told that the total number of Fulani men who are constituting this security that are just 30,000. Yes, last week they told us the report that 30,000 Fulani military are responsible for Nigerian insecurity. Mr. Mike, 30,000, 250 million Nigerians. What happens to the rest of Nigerians? Was it because after the government has come and told us that we have constitutional right to self-defense? They are just beginning to form ourselves to self-defense group and defending authority, our locality. And so, if you have been following development, you will be seeing some people that have been arrested by people. People have come out, they have been proactively coming out, have been safeguarding their employment, their labor. They have been seeing the number of people that have been arrested. If you watch it, you follow. Now, so Nigerians should not waste too much time with the government. Now, let's begin to look inward ourselves now, begin to form ourselves to security line up, safeguard our authority, our house, our environment, our locality, our engineer. So that's the next thing because the government has failed.
All right, gentleman Mike, you're not a proud Nigerian. I am a proud Nigerian. Who is saying this? Ratel Movement, Big T Prince, and he says he's watching from UK, and he's telling you that please, why haven't you come out as an elected, come out of an elected office and see, okay, you come out for an elected office and let's see what you can deliver. I think that's what he's trying to say here.
You know, I've said it on this platform. I have great respect for Mr. Ratel. You know, I've told you before now that I don't do politics of any initiative. In other words, charity begins at home kind of a thing. That's the literal meaning of what I've just said. That you are considering the fact that okay, he's from Southwest. The president is a Southwestern person now. We should give him all the support. I have no problem with Mr. President. If you for those who understand me, I have zero problem with him. And the person speaking also, for the records, he's a Yoruba man to the core. Maybe I am more Yoruba than some people think. I'm really at home when it comes to the Southwestern thing. But what we are saying is that can we continue to look at the fact that the Yoruba thing, why people are dying. This is the way I will have addressed this issue if it is Obi that is in the saddle. This is the way I will have addressed this issue if it's Abubakar Atiku that is in the saddle. It has nothing to do with a Yoruba thing. I don't believe in that principle. I look at issues the way they are. To tell you that Mr. President understands what he's doing. Recently, some people were arrested on the ground that they are planning coup in this nation. All of them, maybe one or two people were able to escape out of the country, were arrested. Intelligence picked it that Mr. President is about to be ousted. Intelligence picked it that Mr. President is about to be taken out of office through the back door. But intelligence did not pick it that hundreds of children are to be removed from their schools and taken to the forest. Intelligence did not pick it that hundreds, about 300 and whatever people were brought out of the forest recently, I think in Borno or thereabout. Is that a nation? Do we still think we are in a nation? 300 human beings coming out of the forest. And that is just one point. And such a thing is happening simultaneously across the country. And we are still comfortable discussing tribal sentiments. No, this country is at war, and we must admit it that we are already at war. But unfortunately, Mr. President is not addressing it as if we are at war.
Get to my mind, we are one big family. This is coming from ordinary Taiwan, and it says, do you know that our gallant military men and women are doing really well, and the best we can do is to support and pray for them instead of calling for the head of Mr. President.
I've been doing that. I mean, many times I've hailed our military guys, especially those in the forefront of various theaters of operations that we have in the country. That I have done. Those guys are working under very difficult circumstances. Very difficult circumstances because of the mold that is within the systems which federal government of Nigeria has refused to pull out. Because they are the ones that have all this intelligence to do it. I don't have. And for those who have asked me that why can't I contest maybe for that office, that is the reason I didn't contest. I know that I can't do that job. Mr. President told us he can't do the job. I have applied for jobs that I can do, and I have done it effectively in places that I've worked. So I know that I can't do the president's job. I agree, I can't do it, and that is why I've never applied.
The president said it.
I've never applied. He said I can do the job. Don't pity me. I know the job. He has said it several times.
Don't pity me.
So he should do the job. I want to see it. See him doing it.
What is the problem, Olagide? This is coming from Tunde Okafor. Olagide is saying, oh shit, man. Okay, Tunde Okafor saying that Olagide has not seen anything bad in Fulani Janjaweeds occupying Kwara State and Oyo State. But if you just as Okafor be listening to you, God
bless you. He's a man that have a biased mind towards me, so I know him.
Are you sure you are?
No. Thank God you raised the question yourself. He said, has he been listening to me? So he's a man that have made up his mind. He's a secluded mind, a compromised mind, a bitter mind. I hate him as well. I don't give a shit about him anymore. What is something I was saying? This is coming from Petonu. Gallant military men with 5,000 naira minimum wage buy boots 2,000 naira. What are you trying to say? Mr. We skip shots. This is coming from Petonu. Mr. Mai, see? So, Mr. Mai, if Mr. President change his style today, we will see difference in the level of security of social media. If he changes his style today, if he tell the people at the home and confront the matter, everyone, we will see different. Former President time, when we had insecurity, when the election was approaching, he suspended the election 3 months. Within that 3 months, we will see difference in the level of security of Nigeria. There was a level of security improvement we saw in that 3 months. If President Tinubu can go to the direction where the problem is coming from, it is so easy. Mr. Let me do myself. It is not Igbo that is going around because they be killing people. You see people that is going around the block that be killing people in their different places. You see Igala people, you see BBO, you see people, it is full of people that is doing this, and he knows it. He knows it is the people. So why is he confronting from that angle, from the tribe that is event for it? And I told you all about studying about Yoruba people when OPC was power, when OPC was assumed to be constituting a news. Now he addresses not money is a Yoruba man and Yoruba organization that is involved. So the moment Tinubu changes his priority of political constitution and first the Fulani people headlong and confront them and near them, there will be difference because by the time he called Sultan and the INS and the top people and call them to us and tell them that people are the one causing security nuisance to Nigeria, they will sit up. They will know it's a matter of they have to now do something about it. But because northwest, that's where Fulani are most, and that's about 7 states. That's where you have the highest votes in Nigeria. So the presidential constitution hey, if I attack this about one element of this people, what would I get their votes? So until he's able to rise above personal gain and tackle them headlong, until then we'll be able to see the person.
All right, Afrani, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Michael.
All right, do you think declaring state of emergency will produce real results?
Good morning, our viewers across the globe. My special thanks go to Mrs. Tina for his benevolence this morning. May God continue to bless you. You see, Mr. Michael, if there's not, something more than state of emergency, Atiku just called for it. If there's something more than that, I think Mr. President should be to declare it. And I've said this several times that Nigeria, we are in a war zone now. We are in a war period now. But we fail to realize it. Especially Mr. President failed to realize it, that it's like Nigeria is in war period now. Because even when you check the statistics of people that are dying, that are kidnapped, that are terrorized, the way Nigeria have been tense, in a country where they are even fighting war, you can see that they are even rest. I could remember sometimes when in Israel and when there was a war in Syria, and they saw Syria in the night, come and see lights. Everywhere was like there was nothing. Light everywhere. So come and see a war-torn country. Electricity stable. Nigeria, there is no war. Darkness everywhere. There is a perpetual war in Nigeria. So far, we refuse to say the truth. So declaring state of emergency is, to me, is even understatement now. Yes. But if they can declare it, I've been saying, let's take war to these people. Yes, now. No, you see, Yoruba will say, you know, kekeke ni ito gbele pa. Tinubu po àti ìpín àti karangbo pẹ nínú àjọ pátápátá. We should take war to them. We Nigerians. Let's take war. We shouldn't wait until when they come and attack us. Enter the forest. Nigeria, if it is matter of weapon, Nigeria military are equipped enough to battle these people. No matter the kind of weapon these people possess, that people are clamoring. Nigeria, we can overdo them. Yes, we can negotiate. If you don't have enough weapon, back on to the foreign. We have fought civil war now. Do you think Nigeria is only here in Nigeria we get all the ammunition they used to fight for? Civil war. So many countries around the world, the superpower, they sell for us, they lend us, they give us money. So if it has become that, let us take war to their soul. But it's a lie. It will not happen. Look at this narrative. When Jonathan was there, during the Jericho, they were giving them, what they need that time. Somebody came out and said, war against Boko Haram is war against, not. Killing Boko Haram is like you are fighting Allah. If you all these things, they are there. Remember that said it, it's still there. They are still there. When we are making war against Boko Haram, you are fighting Allah. Because they believe that Allah is Boko Haram, they are fighting Allah cause. Let me tell you, when this Boko Haram started, it was Christian they were attacking in the first place. Yes, some Catholic church and some Muslims are dancing, jubilating as if they are seeing somebody. Until the cow will make sure that anybody that doesn't belong to that their carcass, okay, you are infidel, you are an apostasy. Automatically, if you don't belong to Boko Haram, and that is what differentiates between Boko Haram and ISWAP. They believe that if they are liberal Muslim, they can still convince you. But Boko Haram, so far you don't believe in what they believe, okay? They are not safe. So until when they started killing everybody, whether you're a Christian or Muslim, that's when the North know that they are having problem. Not up to this day, they are still abhorring, or they still see them as their brother. I celebrated one bad news. God forgive me. Now, in a particular community in Zamfara, there was a attack and counter-attack. It's like a civilian JTF. They killed like 2 members of the bandits, and the bandits came and they come and kill 2. Now the community that now say, let's do meeting, peace meeting, peace meeting. They now say 50 elders, so go and meet them in the bush so that they will do the peace meeting. You know what? All the 50 elders, they just kidnap them. They are now calling for ransom. I said, if it is possible, all the community should have gone and do the peace meeting, and they kidnap all of them. How can you be doing, keep on doing peace meeting with your enemy? They will say they want to do peace meeting and they will still carry gun, fully kitted with the best bullet, and you are celebrating them. And you think you are going to win this battle. But unfortunately, when we see now have a president that prioritizes politics, what are you going to do? A president that no want to look, that no want to name, say the truth. Then Nigeria, if we continue like this, we will continue to be running around the circle. We cannot get it if we continue to. Okay, do you know that in Kogi there was another attack? If not for the, swift response of the security of the JTF and security, that is how it's supposed to be done all the time. If there is any crisis, there should be a rapid response call. Not that they will operate for 10 hours, no response anywhere, no interception, nothing.
Now, what Femi said.
Yeah, I heard that, but I still have to counter some of the things they say.
Counter what?
Because all these bandits, how old are these bandits? How old are they? The oldest one among them shouldn't be more than 30 years or 40 years. And they are using the opportunity they have to diminish the real citizen. So what is our own citizen in Nigeria? What are they doing? Because it's a collective issues now. When you are expecting the president alone to be facing these issues, you ought to know. I think it ought to have been ringing in our head that is a more war, which is the most destructive war you can fight. Mr. President doesn't even know people around him any longer. That is it. They planted it. Yeah, you won't know what they are coming for. And you know, somebody can be with you, be smiling with you, but behind the scene, he has an agenda, bad agenda against you. You know, there was a guy, Patani. This same Patani, he was in what's it called? He was schooling in the north then, and this was same guy that bringing the Christian in that Ahmadu Bello down. That any Christian they see that is going against the Islamic this thing, they should start killing them. And Buhari brought him back into his cabinet, and he was now apologizing for what he did. And a lot of things has happened like that they've been piling up, and the average northern bandits is ready to come in a collaboration with other what's it called bandits from Chad, from Niger, to eliminate the so-called Nigerian state. Now, why can't we likewise, instead of talking, we talk too much. Get us, go into the action and say, how old are they? How many are they? How many? Let them. Let me tell you. One thing I'm against is arms. Those guys are getting. The government should provide arms for us. Who go die, who go stay. Instead of complaining that don't tell me that. Don't tell me in your country, except you want to dissolve the country. Abolition. It will lead to anarchy. No. Anarchy will lead to anarchy. When you say when there's a problem on ground, the government ought to solve the problem. Don't say that every Nigerian. You have to support the government like that. We are supporting government. Mr. Mike, yesterday, the UN yesterday, the UN secretary, Aisha Mohammed, made a comment, made a remark. She said Nigerian soldiers thrive outside for peacekeeping. Even AU yesterday was giving kudos to the Nigerian soldiers. What happens to our country? That is the question I want to ask anybody. That what is happening that when Nigerian soldiers go outside for peacekeeping, these guys thrive excellently, do very well. When it comes to the issue of combating domestic issues here in Nigeria, internally can never be solved. Indirectly, it shows that something is happening. That those in government don't want to put an end to insecurity. Mr. Makedekule, we can't miss any word. At this point in time, he said the president does not know people around him. Is the president? I said no. The more. See. At this point, how will you know? Who are there to know? How will you know? Wait, I'm coming. How will you know? I'm coming. You said government don't know the most. Matawale, who don't know the antecedent of Matawale? The first, number 2 citizen of this country, who don't know his connection with terrorists. No, go and Google now. Sokoto that was looking for, that they were looking for. In whose house was he fine that time? Pantami, that everybody know. Who brought him? Who's that Pantami? Who brought him? Okay, you said Buhari. Who brought Buhari? Who collaborate to install Buhari? I'm coming. Let me finish. Matawale. Everybody know the antecedent of Matawale. Matawale is not a free person. All these people, any government that you keep on saying there are more in my government, then you cannot pinpoint them out. It's your failure, Mr. Michael. You know people that are following you. You know the streets. You know them. You know everybody around you. You know that this one can betray me. This one, but in the name of this fellowship, everybody come along. But you know the one. But this one,
Let me tell you, any president that don't know his cabinet, that's why it's a failure already. Go and look at how Obasanjo described almost everybody that worked with him in my watch. You will see that exactly what he said about them is true. Yes, man. And I see that, and I even see that one as one of his weakness. You know, if I meant to criticize Jonathan, I will not be praising Tinubu. If I criticize Jonathan, do you know my narrative? When we wanted to bring Buhari, when we want to bring Buhari, I said I will be scared of an headless snake than a living earthworm. Headless snake, people will be afraid of it. I'm comparing Jonathan to earthworm and Buhari as an headless snake. That even if Buhari is dying, a sick Buhari will be better than Jonathan. Now know that I'm deceiving myself. So what is the difference now? What is the difference?
Because under Jonathan Taylor, right? When Jonathan has to need to cry out that Boko Haram they are in my domain, they are in my system. And what happened to there was a general that even forced Jonathan to say that that message, to send the message down. And what happened to the general? They flew the general in Abuja, and they've been going for a birthday party, or no, a funeral for the one place, and they really make sure they put that general into an Abuja that is not working, and he crashed and he died. And you see, we the citizens of this country, we need to wake up. We need to wake up, because in UK alone, when there's crisis, the Queen dynasty, their children will come out, say we lead by example, and we want to save our country. It's not all about talking every time. That here happened. We can talk till 100 years, but what impact are we going to? This Nigeria belongs to all of us. It's not by grammar talking back to. What do you want to, input? What input do you want to create? That's what you have. That's what I'm talking. You see what I'm talking? Which one? I said I went to my state. Not too far. I went to my state 2 days ago, and to study the strategies that is going on ground in my state. Security strategies. And immediately I landed, I went around, I was engaging people. What's the situation control? Yeah, on ground. Don't sit on the table in Lagos here and not be able to even extend that like this to your state. That the security, how is the security of your state? And
you said this yesterday, and some of our viewers
were
requesting for evidence, of your journey.
Yeah.
The likes of King Joagba, he sent me a message yesterday that Michael, can I see the evidence of what Kule is saying?
Yeah. I have the evidence. You have the because evidence. I took some of the picture of the roads, of the roads that the Mr. President, it was building.
You will send it to me.
I will send it. Yes, in Joga. All right. That one is with me. All right. Now, what I want to say, what we are facing now is a collective effort, and the collective effort.
What we are facing now needs collective effort.
Yes. Okay. That we need to hear. And the problem now, where we supposed to be in a one block, we on the one block. Some people believe that there's nothing that concerns them, because they want to secede from the country, that they want to stay away from the country. So why do you think such thing when Mr. President is thinking on the right way? Some are thinking that they feel less concerned about the state because they want their state. They want to leave. They want to leave. They want to avoid. Yes, that's the majority of the opposition guys you are seeing. I mean, they are happy, they are doing that, but they forget that is their country, and if country goes down, all of them will go down.
We are talking about insecurity, not about division of the country. When it came to the point of dividing and the issues on division,
so that's what's on your mind.
No, let me tell you. Let me say against it. Let me tell you, if the Easterners have done more than the Yorubas, in terms of the unity of this country. It was an Igbo man that spearheaded the independence of this country. No, but you know, so we are not talking about division here. And I am telling you that, Mike, can you tell Bola Ahmed Tinubu to give me Minister of Defense now? Can you? No. We cannot. It's not possible. But those who have that charge, who are in charge of that position, should be seen to be doing the right thing.
Minister of Defense is
do you understand what I'm saying now? You understand? But possibly, if we are being appointed here now to head this thing, with the kind of understanding we have, Mike, do you think I want to go there and talk about the division of the country?
Doctors and support.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself did not believe in Nigeria. But this man you're seeing today, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, years back said he does not believe in Nigeria. What is the big deal?
He said that.
What do you think? Okay, don't this guy. He is always uninformed. We don't talk to uninformed, unambitious person. A lot of people who have ambition to talk because he is not informed. The only thing he knows is that he goes to a cinema and come back. That is all. He has gone to his village. That is all he knows. And he said you have Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You don't know that Tinubu himself years back said that he does not believe in one Nigeria.
The audio, bring when he said it.
The whole thing is everywhere. If I am lying, Mike can say I'm lying. He once said it. And it's verifiable. He said it. So to tell you that this guy is just, I don't want to use that word. He is not informed. And because he's not informed, it means that he is not even ambitious. People with ambition should be able to look at A and say it is A. I did not support Buhari. Those of them that supported Buhari, Bola Ahmed Tinubu was involved in the people that brought Buhari. Why are they trying to discriminate now that it was Buhari era? But he was the one that told the whole world that Buhari is the Churchill of Africa or of Nigeria. Where is the Churchill now? And they say he's a retired general. And I told you people, the consequences of bringing this man, you don't know it. Even though it's very clear that Jonathan, Atiku will pay for the consequences. All of them that turned up, they are paying through their nose. Now, if you are here defending what you don't know, the president have come and told you and acknowledged that something is wrong with him. You do not see that. You are the one that will defend the president.
Mr. President sent Malami to prison.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But let me tell you, Mike, what Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he said, the same Bola Ahmed Tinubu told you that he is now Buhari. Did he say it? He said he is now Buhari. He is Buhari incarnate.
He said it.
Yeah.
No, so if you look at, you forget what they are projecting to the public in terms of propaganda and manipulation. The real fact remains is that has Bola Ahmed Tinubu delivered? Go and ask VDM. Very dark man. I think they're addressing him very well now. He saw it very clearly. If he had not worn that t-shirt, branded t-shirt, he would have been arrested. But they advised him very well. This is what you are going to do. You wrote it. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, capital failure. And before BDM come to that point, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a total failure, I personally have been saying it here. Mike, before VDM come to the issue of Islamization, I have been saying it here. Bro, it's not about Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's not about, bro, this is what has been given to Nigeria to embrace. And remember too, what is the romance between Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Chagori?
No go there. No go there.
This is a man that Abacha used to loot the resources of this country. Bola Ahmed Tinubu gave him national honor. The people that destroyed Abiola, he want me to come and talk about June 12th.
June 12th is tomorrow.
No, yes, because like, do you know that I'm not seeing anybody here. I'm the only one that attend every June 12th anniversary among the people here. Every June 12th anniversary over here.
Abiola house, now you with the assembly.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Meaning that we are ending tomorrow again.
Okay, it's not your business because I know where you're coming from. You understand? So, Mike, it is. I think to a point now, it has become very clear that we are driving into this uncertainty without knowing where we are heading to. What is Nihuribadu doing in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's cabinet?
National security.
And we talk about moles. And you Bola Ahmed Tinubu just realized, he said, home security.
Is he not doing his best?
No, do you know why he created home security? And gave it to a Yoruba man? Because when you are talking about intelligence report, that this is what the president should have every morning on his table. Do you know how Mossad operates? Do you know how FBI operates? Do you know how M16 operates? Do you know how KGB operates? Who is watching you? Who is doing what? Watching you. This Ibadi has been indicted. It was the same Ibadi that said Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the #1 corrupt governor in Nigeria, the history of Nigeria. Look at them. I see these people are just sycophants. They don't have Nigerian interest at all. And we are coming to sing praises for who? Sing praises for who? For them, that they are president, they are leaders, they are what? Okay, I do not concur with them and I will never concur with them. Those who championed and brought the international community, the Arabic world, all the extremism organizations inside Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be able to know who that is involved. And to that point, as a Sataner, not coming from a mosque, and he said, yes, he blamed them. He pointed a particular set of people. He made the statement there that these people are the ones that say he must kill and go to heaven, that the Quran does not guarantee. You know what he said? He didn't call Christians. Mike, nobody has been able to answer that question here on daily basis. What is the Fulanis looking for in southern Nigeria? What are they looking for? These are the people that don't live in cities, they live in forests. And you say we can carry gun. Police don't try, army don't try, everybody don't try. All of them are saying that all of them they face straight. You know, I don't want to mention it. Let me not promote a brand here.
Can we overcome this?
Bros, let me tell you, and you keep on asking that question every day. Can we? Of course, 100%. We can. Where is Baraje today?
Spread across
No, let me tell you that you don't understand. There's a reason why they planted Amina Mohammed at the UN. If I tell you that the Fulanis are intelligent and they are strategic and patient, you will not believe me. Do you know what is Amina doing there at the United Nations? Is she not a Fulani woman? Who planted her there? It was Buhari that planted Amina there. Mohammed.
We have our Isaac place.
We have our planted to represent the
Bros, you don't. That's what. Bros, you don't be tell. Yes.
He's there to represent the Fulani.
Bros, why is it that United Nations has become dumb ever since he stepped in with Antonio Guterres? I'm asking you. Why is it that United Nations is not fulfilling their fundamental right to resolve conflict anywhere in the world without being pushed? I'm asking you. The United Nations have become, okay, during the days of Brutus Ghali, go and look at what United Nations was. Kofi Annan, go and look at what United Nations did. So you don't know that this people, what is coming to Nigeria is more beyond what Bola Ahmed Tinubu 2027 ambition we are talking about. We are talking about lives. Somebody that have no history about how nations collapsed into Islam will come there and tell you, fly road. Okay, that's absolutely rubbish. That anybody that is questioning the rationale of this unity is being seen as a divisionist. That is not correct.
Where do you stand, you guys? Where do you stand? You stand in Nigeria.
Yes, we are here. That Aya Adebanjo also made similar statements. Aya Adebanjo also made similar statement. If we cannot guarantee our unity, the best thing for Nigeria to do is separation. As simple as that.
Separation. Is that the solution?
I don't belong to that school of thought. I beg to disagree. Secession in any part of the world is never solve any problem. Be it in Canada, the people of Quebec clamoring for secession in any part of the world. So in the old Yugoslavia, the old Czechoslovakia, even some part of Spain, the Catalan region. So you find out that it's done more havoc than good for people who ask for it. So I don't believe secession is the way out. It doesn't solve any of it. It will rather complicate things.
Bros, let me tell you, Nigeria is not under colonization. America is not under colonization. A lot of countries have fought for their freedom and they got it. Bangladesh is not under colonization. Why is it that? What is it? What do you want in Nigeria? What is the benefit of this unfortunate unity? If I keep on question on daily basis, what are we getting in this unfortunate unity? Because you feel, bro, let me tell you, Nigerians believe in all this sentiment. You are not even benefiting anything. You are being warned about the coming of jihad in Nigeria. You can't imagine them and sentence him to Sokoto prison. Abi, he's there. But Tinubu did it. Jason Watershed did it. What did Mazin Namekano do? He called the attention of the global world of the danger that was coming. And if you feel that's why I get upset sometimes. And you want me to sleep in my house and wake up one day somebody is punching gun at me because of one Nigeria that I must convert to his faith or die. Do you know what it means? And instead of me committing blood, instead of a refugee camp everywhere, I said, please, now, it has come to like that. I beg, make I say my own. Mike, you are also enjoying freedom because you are not in your father's house. So why would somebody who is rational enough because of wickedness? Why would somebody? When you say, the Bible said, man and woman, get out and go and settle yourself somewhere, leave your father's house. Because that is freedom. You here today, when this man they are talking about Shetima came into power, he said, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, no worry, leave security for me.
I'll handle it.
I like.
You and the economy?
How did you tell you? See security.
Insecurity.
What happened? See, plus.
Why is insecurity bigger than President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? It seems it's a big challenge that he cannot solve. Why?
To be quite sincere with you, the issue of insecurity in the land today is becoming so nauseating, becoming so disheartening, becoming so troubling to every man of goodwill, for all well-meaning Nigerians. It's so troubling. So honestly, I want to believe this is not the best we can have. This is not the best. We can do better than what we are currently expressing.
So he hasn't done enough.
In the land.
The president has not done enough.
No doubt, Mr. President is fine, but the best is not been good enough for us. So so we need to go the extra mile. We need to go there. There are some certain things we still need to put. Some measures we need to put in place for us to get to the Eldorado we deserve. We have to go offensive. We have to go proactive. So we can't continue to watch with arms akimbo.
This started in the northern region.
It started in the northern region.
Here now.
And that's exactly the problem. That's exactly why we are where we are today.
Yes. Because the nation.
Complexity of Nigeria. That's the major problem we are having.
Let's also talk of our topography, it's always rough stuff. Talk of the various ethnic nationalities making Nigeria. So things are more.
Who should be held accountable?
Held accountable. Number one, I start from the citizenry before I move to the government. Because of the passiveness, because of the complacency on the part of the citizenry. Before you now talk of some sort of incompetence and indecency
at where? On the side of who?
So on the part of some people holding some government portfolios today, some people in government today, some cabinet members.
Who is fixing them there?
Fixing them there. Of course, I agree with you. I know where you're going. The ball stop at Mr. President Sebu. He's the one fixing them on there. He's the one fixing them. He called the shot. So, and of course, you were all here the other time when he changed the chief of defense staff, chief of army staff, the service chiefs. He has messed up again and again, over and over again. They've changed people who did these portfolios, but you are still not there. Simply because of the complexity of our land. That's the political problem is there. The problem of nepotism is there. The problem of fifth columnists, the problem of mouse in the cabinet is equally there. So, and that's why we are where we are today. The other time, late in December last year, there was a crackdown on the hideout of terrorists by the Nigerian state in conjunction with the American army. Can you imagine some people are still protesting to date? That the government had to go there SMI. And so they are complaining that some section of the society in Sokoto, that's the kind of country we live in. So it is so problematic, so complex in such a way that that's why I say the whole blame, the whole gamut should not be put at the doorstep of Mr. President or the presidency. It goes beyond Mr. President. Even as citizens, we have a whole lot to do. We are too passive. And how can we come out of this?
How can we come out? I want to say something here. You know, I think it has gotten to a point that at every point in time we ask questions and hold people to accountability. That's what Very Dark Man is doing now. You know, because the thing don't enter inside head, and expose the presidency the more. You see, it tells you the rods, the incompetence that is existing in Aso Rock, even up to this very moment. Mike, I want to give you one example.
Sorry, sir.
In Israel today, if you talk about Moses, like this man is always talking about Moses, this and that, you know, a leader like, thank God he even go and listen to powerful Yoruba celebrate-minded people who are telling you what is happening, but how this man also collaborate with them. He collaborate with them. We don't want Buhari, he brought Buhari. Buhari empowered Mehdi Allah. That today, the international community has labeled Mehdi Allah a terrorist organization. It's only in Nigeria. It's only in Nigeria. I want me to come and sing Nigerian praise here. I cannot do it.
Thank you. I want to take on the security issues.
Thanks for having me, Mr. Mike Adekule.
And the protest that was just today in Abuja.
Yeah. First and foremost, Mr. Mike Adekule, I want to start by saying, well, I want to go back to the past government of Goodluck Jonathan, and I want to say one of the instruments and the logic that this so-called Northerners, Fulani, terrorist instruments that they use in destabilizing his government is, number one, is this so-called kidnapping and this so-called terrorism and insecurity. And I want to believe that for the Mr. President, Tinubu, his mental strength, his intelligence, his awareness about the present situation of Nigeria, his readiness and his own personal preparation while coming into this very government into power, he should be aware of what is called Fulani. I stated it on this platform severally. Fulani are not part of Nigeria. They are not Nigerians. They are adopted. They are homeless. They migrate from country to country, from place to places. I don't come out. How come they fix themselves to become part of Nigeria? The Northerners later adopt them. They welcome them, and now they are victimizing them. And one way or the other, they are migrating all across Nigeria. And they have this fast way of penetrating to this because of issue of religion. The Yoruba share the same religion with them, so they want to based on religion aspect. They understand themselves, and now they are penetrating to Yoruba land. systematically. And I study who is called Fulani. People, they trap Fulani very well. Use anything to buy your mind to win you, just because they want to achieve their aim and their agenda. So why I'm making mention of all this is, I want President Tinubu to quickly go back to the era of Goodluck Jonathan, how his government was being kidnapped away from Jonathan. And Yoruba, they say, Agbati Okehun sọ̀rọ̀, Aketasare, Bonile Ofura, Ole ni oko. If President Tinubu is not careful, what was done to Jonathan will also be done back to him. Now, in this very government of Nigeria where we are now, it's a collective effort when we talk about insecurity, that everybody needs to forget about tribe or who you belong to as a Nigerian. I'm proud to be a Nigerian. I want to see my country succeed. I want to see my country flying on the highest level among all countries in the whole world. Let's make our idea together, our strength together, and fight this battle and make sure we conquer this issue of insecurity. Let President Tinubu let him erase the channel or the aspect of respecting any personality or any individual. I don't want to offend this person. I don't want to offend this. When it comes to the issue of insecurity, for how long must we continue? If now, some time ago, a list of group of terrorists has been released in Nigeria. Up to now, nothing has been done about those people. They will keep, if you respect devil too much, Mr. Mike, if you over respect devil, they will keep on growing wings. Devil, in addition to what he said, devil will keep on growing wings when you over respect devil. Tinubu must have no respect for whosoever. I don't want to know who is called Gumi or whosoever or whatever. He should act in his capacity of his office and let's see the level of his intelligence, the level of his mental strength. He should apply all this into practice, and along the line we are going to conquer them. That is my issue about the insecurity. Concerning issue of VDM, I don't know, maybe he's an activist or he's a copyright of an activist. Okay, I want to see VDM as a political instrument. It's a political instrument used by who? Used by the opposition, used by the opposition, and the enemy of this very government of President Tinubu, and by the enemies of Nigeria. You understand me? Against this very government to destabilize 2027 agenda, so that Ahmed Tinubu will not win the election. You can see when we talk about the ADC, when they come together, I say something. I say as they gather, so they shall scatter. I said something. I said as they gather, so they shall scatter. And eventually the ADC scatter. Because I said to them, I said, Peter Obi, Atiku will never step down for you. They will never give me presidential spot in ADC. I said it, everybody heard it clearly. Along the line, they never give him. Because the agenda, the Fulani agenda in the ADC is to use Obi to divide the Southern votes. Because they are desperate of winning back this power from Ahmed Tinubu, so they can fix their back. They can do correction of what Ahmed Tinubu has damaged concerning the Fulani agenda, and then bring out Peter Obi to comply with them, to concur with them, so he'll be given the vice, so they will use him to divide the Southern votes. Along the line, they didn't give him. Now to NDC. Understand me? So now the Fulani, they are waiting. Their expectation now is just to divide the Southern votes, because their mission right now, I'm crying loud, Nigeria should come together. Let's fight this fight together. Fulani, they are not part of Nigeria. They are not part of Nigeria. They are everywhere now. They have deployed them everywhere. They are everywhere in Nigeria now. Let's fight this fight and let's keep them out of Nigeria. Let's keep them out of Nigeria. Fulani, they are not part of Nigeria. They are here to conquer this country, to take away our property, to enslave Nigeria. Yes, if they do it, we don't know where they come from. They are just migrating.
All right. Sir,
in addition to what he said, so because you put a post out considering VDM, so I would love to at least point in time warn the lives of VDM and every other Nigerian, every other mischievous person. Fanning the embers of this call, people making millions, cool cars, people benefiting from the insecurity in the land. They should be warned. They should be guarded. This is no time for anybody to play to the gallery, to start making unnecessary money and from collective misfortune of Nigerians. It's glaring that some people are overflogging, they're overeating.
I don't understand.
It's one of those overflogging, overeating the politics. People like him should be aware.
I will not accept that instrument. I will not accept that.
People magnify.
I will not accept that statement from him. It is wrong for you to say that some mischievous person like a VDM, agitating for better Nigeria. Is that why we need to start working with our numbers?
Agitating for better Nigeria.
You don't say that. What are you telling me?
So is that the way they agitate for better Nigeria? Mr. Man, that's what journalists. Thank God for your intelligence and your experience and your strength on the field of journalism. Okay, when you look at the present situation now, what has kept this country in this mess now is that the result of bad information on the social media, cooked information on the social media, information that are not genuine on social media, and people follow all this information and they buy this idea of I'll call them destroyers. Those who are destroying and tarnishing the image of this country, of Nigeria. If part of them is reading him in the name of monetization. Yes, in the name of monetization. You don't have to disclose or release any video that you cannot give a genuine evidence of what you are saying. Hello, sir. I'm coming.
Sir, in 2015, when Tinubu brought in Buhari, Mr. Adebayo did not know that Fulani is not part of Nigeria. No. You said Fulani is not part of Nigeria. But you canvass for the same Fulani man in 2015. Just hello, sir. You campaign for a man in a legal plot, knowing fully well that Fulani was not part of Nigeria. So why did you go ahead and vote?
My leader and your leader.
No, sir. Let me sentimental. You are this sentimental. You come back and say Fulani is not part of Nigeria. The APC has failed. Sir,
APC has never failed.
Hello, sir. APC has failed most of Nigerians, and then to be sure you can
say most of Nigeria.
Yes.
The muggers of Nigeria, the criminals, the hammered. Those are people that APC has failed.
Generally, APC has failed in every education of the economy. And then go to the issue of VDM. Sir, VDM cannot sit down. Why things?
Are you a fellow of VDM?
Forget that. No, I'm asking you. That's not indirectly. I am not a fan of VDM. But on the issue of that video, somebody online, buy your learning and gift. He did not verify. How can you have a president spokesperson? You cannot verify information. You are coming out to circulate publishing online. Doesn't make sense. At least if you apologize to VDM at this point, that is a very high place sensitive office. Before such information goes out, verify it first.
No matter what, as a citizen of this country, you should have respect of Nigeria first. You should have the love of this country in your mind. All regardless of whatever might happen, no matter the error or the blunder, you should have respect of this country. For crying out loud. Okay? And with whoever that does not have respect for the people of Nigeria, I want to understand Mr. Mike Adekunle that you number one enemy of this country.
Do you know why VDM is relevant?
And if VDM today does not have respect for the very right thing for Nigerian nationality, is coming out on social media to publish nonsense and trash about this country. Is a something. As it stands, with the evidence of that, I can tell you that VDM is more patriotic than you. Do you know why VDM is relevant? What is giving VDM relevance? The reason why VDM is getting relevance is because of the leadership follow of the government. No way! You can say monetization, but let me tell you the reality. If our government, look at the schools, if you check VDM archive, why VDM is getting relevant? Look at the schools VDM has rehabilitated. An individual constructed. Wait, you understand? VDM, if it should have people and people contribute, and you can be able to contribute, use that money to achieve those level of success. As we speak, Mr. Mike, VDM has taken a boy that is producing this thing on Instagram. He will just bring some type these things together, elements together, create so many things, create fun. VDM
has now, through the help of people gather, they are sponsoring the boy to avoid the study. I'm just giving you an instance. I'm not saying I'm supporting video, but I'm telling you is that the reality is that if the government has done what they were supposed to do, we will not be giving relevance to VDM. And then number two is that look at 2027 election that is coming forth. I will tell you, the president at this time knows what to do. But why he is not doing it is because he knows that the North, the block of the vote of North comes to him. I can tell you, is it not the president, is it not the people that is working with the president that noted the people that wanted to outstand, that wanted to shift him out of office? They arrested all of them. So now it's because he knows that if he can hijack some of those names and those people deal with them now, he will not be able to get the vote of the North. And with that attitude, we cannot solve insecurity. We cannot. Nigerian life is dying. People are dying. Sir, do you know what it means for your children to be in the bush for days? And is it that we do not have intelligence to do this?
So pathetic.
It's pathetic. So now, that is what I'm saying. We need to raise the bar. The president needs to raise the bar. He needs to stop talking about 2027 election.
He cannot stop talking about 2027.
Do you know why? Because if this issue was being solved, it will not be we will not give relevance to VDM, and 2027 will be a go-get-to for the president.
On the contrary, I believe strongly, just like the gentleman here said, that the problem we have in the land today is not unconnected to the 2027 election that is around the corner. And but on the other hand, what I believe strongly is that just like we had in 2014, 2015, in the build up to the 2015 general election, where these people went on rampage, they went AYA, they did all sorts. Now, in attempt to frustrate the good luck of Jonathan government. So the question you should be asking yourself is that why is it that whenever a purpose is not just in addition to that, the government is in power. You know what? These people they go back to the trenches to go and perpetrate their havoc. That means there is something sinister behind all this. There's some certain unscrupulous elements somewhere funding the embers of discord, the embers of insecurity in the land. So that's the area I want us to look at. Which is, of course, there will be no vacuum. There will be no vacuum in government. Even though Mr. President leaves our office today, so we should look beyond. We should look into that area of there is an electoral angle toward the crisis we are having to 6 months to the election. And some people must be instigating all these crises in an attempt to frustrate them. But again, that's what Yoruba says. So that if anybody had thought that the way it was done to Jonathan 12 years ago can be repeated to this government, no, it's not going to work. It's a lie. It will not see the light of the day. Mr. President, God bless you. Mental strength. So see you again tomorrow. The enemy space to operate. Thank you, Mr. Mike. All right.
Mr. Mike, what I just want to say now is to Nigerians, wherever you are, I think it's time for us to get our PVC. Let us go out in mass and vote right. We need to go and get our PVC so that 2027 can be a different ball game. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David. Thank you for everyone. I think for me, everybody should stay put. I believe that Nigeria will be a better society, no matter the political differences. And then kudos to everyone who has supported this program. Keep watching Citizen. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. All right, Adebayo, you have been blessed this morning with a sum of 25,000 naira. This is coming from Mr. Odeshino. Please appreciate him.
Well, good morning to you, Mr. Odeshino. I don't know. I'm speechless. I'm grateful to you, and may God appreciate you more than the way I've done. May God bless your family in the name of Jesus. May you never sink in Jesus' name. God bless you.
All right, thank you so much, Suma.
Thanks, Mr. Mike.
I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, to Mrs. Stina, who blessed everyone at the stand with 50,000 naira each. So a big thank you to you. May God continue to bless you. And to the likes, to the rest of the viewers, I don't want to mention names, to all esteemed viewers, all honorables, watching us, supporting us on the platform. Thank you all. May God continue to support you too. All right, this is Chima. Thank you so much. Yeah. King Boy, thank you. All right. Please send my regards to your wife, Mr. Odeze Chima. Thank you. I really appreciate her kindness. Tomorrow is another day. Yeah, we'll be back here with more interesting topics or stories. I'm Michael Adekunle. Yeah, Pleasant Media says good job. Well done. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. It says Michael out. Platform is now hot cake. All right. Thank you so much. It's hot cake. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's with the support of you guys. You know, yes. You guys have been so supportive. Honestly, so much.
Yes, they have. Yeah. Well, we are even the conventional media houses are not getting the engagement. People that try to go online with their millions of followers, I don't think people will want to pay attention to that, because this analysis and speculation from ordinary Nigerians that's in front of nobody. Those who are actually feeling the heat from the bottom, nobody is sponsoring us, giving us money to do that and to go against. We all want the betterment of every Nigerian.
Good governance, all after
security and everything, so that our children, what we are experiencing, we not experience the fate also, whereby before they get up to 20 years, they will have changed the people. What do you want to become a lawyer? Before 3 years, they don't change. You say want to become a lawyer? No, now I want to become a change. So we won't want that.
All right, thank you so much, King Joe Olba. Yeah, he sent a private message. Thank you. I really appreciate your message. To Dr. IK in Caribbean Island, say big thank you to you. To the palace of the palace, King Henry, we appreciate you. God bless you too. Nathaniel Abu, Clement Opoli, Frankie K, Baba Udulaja, Big T Prince in UK, Mookie Great in United States of America, to the Osa DIS, in Germany. Thank you to Mr. Dekoya and wife in Germany. Many viewers. Isn't what Liverpool, UC Kingsley, yeah, UC Kings, Don Michael, Mr. E, bless you all, thank you so much. GOA, I appreciate you. To Nosai, thank you. To Jonathan Ativi, we say big thank you to you too. Me 19011, we appreciate your consistency on the platform. David Okafor, I'm sure David Okafor is no longer in Nigeria. He has gone back to no, he's a run back. He has gone back. He was in Nigeria. Yeah, I think 2 months ago or so. He has traveled back. Thank you so much, David Okafor, to Faith Light, and many other viewers here. I can't mention everybody's name. Please. I love you all. You should know that. I love everybody. Because I don't remember names like that.
There are more than over thousands of people.
Thousands
watching.
All right, we have over 3,000 watching live.
Yes.
3,000 people over watching live. Looking at the back end.
Yes.
I say a big thank you to all of you. If you're watching for the first time, kindly subscribe to the channel. It is your channel of choice. It is a channel where the opinions of people matter. Cities stand.
Yes, and it's a raw one.
Uncensored. Street journalism.
Uncensored. Street journalism. Talk am to like. Mr. President resign. Mr. President go and die. Mr. President say super deep.
Some people will say Mr. President don't resign. Mr. President.
I also said so as Jonathan. Jonathan is a good, cool-headed man.
No, until when we get to elections. So many times they have advised Jonathan also to resign. But we advise Mr. President to also not to, stretch this democracy. If you lose, voluntarily go back to body land. And if you win, you should go and where he's taking cap. This is not how to rule nation. Honestly speaking, Nigeria is not in good shape. And no matter how you want to say it, the story will be, repeating itself. They will be telling you what you did there when you are there. People will be saying it. When Obasanjo was there, all what he was doing, we are saying it. When Jonathan was there, up to this moment, Jonathan is still dull. He's still Jonathan. Yes. Jonathan has not been able to come out and tell us, are you contesting or you are not contesting? He said, have you become a mumu or a small? It's only a small child. They will say, what do you want to eat? You will not talk. You want to eat eba? You will not talk. You want to eat fufu? You will not talk. You will be drinking. You see a car? You will be Jonathan. I'm not disappointed with voter. Unfortunately, it's this useless APC that make us to be regretting that we voted you out. But Jonathan,
retract your statement.
I'm not retracting it. I'm not retracting it. We better put that APC. Say that.
We ask FM now to tell us what he feel like useless.
Can you call your NDC useless?
If he has reason to prove it, why not?
This is another one.
If he have reasons to prove it,
NDC.
Sink is S, not C. Young man, don't you know spelling again?
Sink.
It's C, not S.
You hear me? NDC.
That is when they see people with the pressure. That's how they will able to focus on one day. But they go and rescue the people in the
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Now, it's okay.
I don't understand.
One house. Michael Oduola, thank you for joining us. August, thank you so much. Peter Adadu, thank you so much. We have Nosa, thank you so much, Nosa. Thank you so much. Iwu Agu, we appreciate your presence. Please, you guys can go to the usual place. I think we all deserve cold bottles of bottled water. Are we right?
Yes,
drinks, And if anybody wants to join me, the viewers want to join me,
Yes.
on this,
He sent it through Bluetooth.
no problem. You can join me. Guys need to cool off, right?
Yeah.
Guys need to relax. Let them cool off. It's sunny.
Yes.
You guys really talked brilliantly. Very intelligent contribution. I appreciate all of you. Please, round of applause.
For ourselves.
All right.
Oh, that's fine.
Frankie, God bless you too. Yeah, Mr. Frank, it's been a while. Thank you so much. And to the likes of Mr. Dipo in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, they've been there from the start.
From way back.
Yeah, from way back.
Appreciate it.
God bless you. Mr. Jacob Adedeji, who celebrated his birthday on Monday. Please let's clap for Mr. Jacob.
Happy birthday to you, Mr. Jacob.
Yeah, there's a Chima too has been there for over 7 years now. Please, let's clap for this.
Chima, drums, Odulade.
Yeah, Robert Tuche, many people, many. They've been there. May God continue to bless you all. Rabbi Yagali, and all is well. Many, Liverpool. Palace of the Palace. And many. All right, Frankie says I've been listening in the background. Yeah, thank you so much for staying good to the channel. As I said earlier, I'll be back here tomorrow with more interesting topics. Please, if you need my number, here is it. You can see it in the comment section. The number is there: 091 27 42 0575. That's my number. 091 27 42 0575. Thank you all. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice day.